one of each. So, you know, you could have 1 onion, 1 shallot, and your little vase of flowers at the back. And that's all you'd need for the novice class. Now, who in this room couldn't rustle up 2 vegetables and a little vase of flowers? What's your excuse then? You don't grow any, right? No vegetables at all? No, right.
Wish you lots of all flat-sided.
But everybody else could, couldn't they then? Yes. So, how many people in this room have not won 3 first prizes at our show? 1, 2. Well, now there's a dozen entries for the novice class, then, isn't there? All right, it's simple. And I'm here in the mornings when you're setting up, and I'll help you as best I can. And I always bring my bag of bits and pieces. And I carry this bag around with me wherever I go. So there'll always be, you know, some tips to help you display it and so on. All right. And just finally, I think we need to just quickly say, we talked about the fruit on the plate, and a vase is, what's the definition of a vase? It's taller than its width. And somebody was disqualified last year because their vase was wide and narrow. Did you know? But you, yes, it was.
It was.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I wasn't going to say it wasn't. But again, it's important when it says in the schedule a vase of 6 pansies. Yeah. So it means it's got to be in a vase, and not in a little. Because I think yours was pansies, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it was pansies.
In a tiny little dish.
Yeah.
So again, it's read what it says. And try and do it, okay? Now, just quickly, before we go, who grows peas, beans, sweet peas? Sweet peas, beans, peas?
Yeah.
Right. How do you do your seeds? Do you put them
in root trainers?
Right, toilet roll. That's how I do mine.
Oh, how clever. Wow.
Put the compost in, seed in each one, grows, out they come. Easy, you haven't got to start fiddling about, trying to hold the toilet rolls together. Excellent.
Excellent.
7 in there. If you use a bigger pot, you'll get more in. You know, but that's a simplest way of doing it. The other thing I do is when I actually do plant them out, after I've taken them out, I do actually cut up one side. Because that will take a long time to degrade into the soil.
Does that go soggy when you're watering it in the plant?
Yeah, but you tend to not, because then they dry out and so on. So they don't deteriorate there because they'll take a long time to work you fat. They take a long time, and you could put that in the ground, and then in months, 6 weeks later, it's still there, isn't it? So as I say, I tend to just cut up one side so that if the roots want to expand, they can, and just push the thing out. But peas, beans, and like broad beans, dwarf beans, runner beans, peas, sweet peas, hate having their roots disturbed. So that's why you can use something like that. All right.
Very clever.
And we all use water bottles, don't we? So you cut your water bottles. So when you put your plants out, I'll do it there. That's the plant. Push that down into the soil, and you've got a little mini cloche. And that takes. I mean, you looked at mine, you think it was some, think there's hundreds of them in all these plants. But that then will protect, like we were saying about when the onions go out and things like that. They don't want the wind getting at them. So you just put that over the top. I use the whole of the water bottle because the next bit of the water bottle, what have I done with it? So there. I use that and make a little collar, and then I put that round lots of other things, perhaps when I've taken that off, I'll put that over the top like that. The slugs don't like them. So it protects the plant, you see, from any slugs. And then the bottom bit of the thing is upside down on there, completely sealed. So if you want something to get nice and warm and hot, you use the bottom of the pot. All right? Margarine tubs, like that. Plant labels.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah? Cut them up into strips, and you've got your plant labels.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Any questions?
Why aren't you a regular speaker?
He will be.
He's very cheap.
Yeah. I'll pay you to come here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, please don't be put off. And those that did put their hands up for the novice thing, give it a go. You know,
It's fun.
It's easy.
They don't judge by size, do they?
No.
It's not the size of them.
No.
No, it's fun.
As most people will tell you, size doesn't matter.
Les, just to encourage people who haven't done it before, I did it for the first time this year. I read the schedule, I put in 12 classes and I won 8 prizes. I didn't win any first prizes, but just winning, I came second to you with your white potatoes. And it was a real, sorry?
There are just 2 entries, weren't
You chuffed and came second to Les, you know.
No, but Jim was the only entry once and he came 3rd. They were so pathetic.
Well, as I say, Georgina about for this, I exhibited these potatoes, which were from July here, at a show 2 weeks ago, didn't I? And they won.
Are those Winston?
No. Yeah, they are Nadine.
Because Winston are disgusting.
There's a potato called Winston. It wins all the big shows.
You can't eat it. It really
Off.
tastes horrible.
Yes, it's horrible.
So,
There's no point.
the first year I grew them, and at home was, these are vile, what are they? So the next year I thought, I've got to grow them because that's the ones people win them. So I called them Casablanca, just to trick, you know. And then we ate them, and so, what are these? I said, Casablanca. They taste as foul as those ones we had last year. So I don't grow them anymore.
All the bars in all the world.
Yeah. So go on, do give it a go. Tell your friends and that to have a go. You haven't got to be a member either to enter the show. You know, there are a couple of classes for members only. You know, but other than that, it is really simple. I mean, I moved when I retired from work. I'll tell you how I got into it to show it. My neighbour said to me, "Do you want to walk up to the village hall?" It was at Hale. "Do you want to walk and see a village show?" I'd never been to one in my life. 35 and I've never been to a show. My name's Pinocchio, by the way. So we went up and I was looking and I thought, oh, more stuff's better than that. And she just looked up and said, well, put it in next year then. And I did. Like you, David, I put a few bits in and I won a few prizes and from then on I was hooked. You know? And that's how it is. Unfortunately, it has taken over my life.
Potatoes to bed every night.
You know, I've already planted stuff for next year. You know, so I mean, it's a thing. But there we are. It's a, but you haven't got to go to my level at all. As I said, 2 vegetables, 1 potato, 1 carrot, and a small vase of flowers, and you're in the novice class. It couldn't be simpler, could it? So I expect to see you all. We'll leave loads of space on the tables next year for all these novice entries. All right? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.